You may think that Darwin said, evolution is determined by the survival of the fittest, when in fact, what he astutely observed was that it is not the survival of the fittest, but rather the survival of the fitness within one's ecosystem that actually determines a species' success. Through exciting new insights in the field of biology, we're beginning to understand just how true this is. And we're beginning to see how the evolution of business is following a similar path, often called social enterprise. Suzanne Simard is an ecology professor at University of British Columbia. And she studies how plants interact through the beneficial fungal network that connects them below ground. The plant roots actually connect to the fungi and form a symbiosis known as a mycorrhiza. Simard and her colleagues exposed a rare form of carbon, C13 and C14, in the form of CO2 to a tree. That tree then absorbed that carbon through photosynthesis, and they were able to track as that carbon went through the trees, down through this mycorrhizal network, and up into other trees, and even other species of trees, in the form of amino acids. They also found that water and warning signals also are similarly stealthily passed in this mycorrhizal network she calls the Wood Wide Web. This sort of mutualism is a symbiosis between the plants and the fungi. When it benefits both, this sort of symbiosis is called mutualism. Natural selection is not what we once thought. We are not breeding for our own best fitness, but rather how well we fit in to the ecosystem around us and can care for our community. It's time that we tune in to this new meta-narrative of the true nature of nature. The thing is, I'm not even a biologist. I'm a businesswoman. I'm inspired by the 3.8 billion-year-old innovation incubator called life. Being inspired by nature for design is called biomimicry. And it's innovations in this field that fuel my work as a social entrepreneur. Social enterprise, short for socially beneficial enterprise, is defined by two things. One, its primary purpose is some sort of social or environmental mission. And two, it has some sort of commercial activity. Another way to look at this is that it makes sense as it creates its social value, and it makes sense with a C as it creates its financial value. Social enterprises solve pressing environmental and social problems with the tools of business and the efficiencies of the marketplace. They're often more capable at solving problems than government, business, or nonprofit. They're more resourceful and efficient than government, more innovative and collaborative than businesses, and more financially sustainable than nonprofits. Social enterprises take up many different forms and are popping up all over the world. There's Zawadisha in Kenya, which is a microfinance organization that works with local women entrepreneurs so that they can start their own social enterprises. And there's Stag Dining Group, a supper club in California that works with local sustainable farms in order to support that growing network. Interestingly, these social enterprises often take an ecosystem approach, partnering with other organizations in order to create shared value. Their customers, their suppliers, even their competitors are often better off by working with them. This should sound familiar. It's mutualism. The enterprise and the environment that it works within work together in order to create a beneficial, symbiotic relationship. Business is shifting away from the everyone for themselves model, the old paradigm of survival of the fittest, towards a celebration of the interconnection and interdependence that fuels life, and business for that matter. We are realizing the power of this interdependence just in time. Business as usual, over the next 50 years, we're going to see 95% of our coral reefs die from bleaching. 200 million climate refugees, and our global GDP could drop by 5%. We're realizing the power of this interdependence just in time, so that we can deliver our new discoveries about the solutions for our world faster than ever at a time when we need it the most. My own view of where humanity lies on the timeline of life is borrowed from my muse, Buckminster Fuller. He said that humanity now is like a baby chick that has just hatched from its eggshell. After using up all of our trial and error embryonic fluid, our fossil fuels, we now have everything we need in order to be a complete success. It might seem like this is the end of the world, when really this is just the beginning. It's time that we hatch and stand on our own 2 feet and learn to fly. How are we going to do this? I think that social enterprise is part of the solution. There are 3 different business models. There's integrated social enterprises, in which the making sense and making sense activities overlap, utilizing commerce to fund social impact as part of a larger mix of programs. My example here is Project Drawdown, my latest endeavor. We're scouting the world for the world's best climate solutions, and we're compiling the best available information into a book that we're going to sell. We also have other programs like campaigns and curriculums and a digital platform, all in the service of creating a better narrative around climate change. We need to move away from complacency and toward agency. There's also external social enterprises. This is a different business model in which the 2 activities are separate: making sense and making sense. My example here is Hero Hatchery. It is a crowd-funded climate activist fellowship that my husband and I co-founded with the audacious goal to create the Rosa Parks of the climate movement. We created a very low-fee crowdfunding service, and we sell this service in order to fund our program. My third example is the embedded social enterprise business model, in which the 2 activities are one in the same. My example here is New Leaf Paper, with the mission of halting deforestation by increasing the amount of recycled paper content within the paper industry. With every sale it makes, it furthers its mission. As its financial revenues increase, its measurable positive social impact also increases. Let's look at the current model of business. As my colleague Paul Hawken likes to say, we're stealing the future, selling it to the present, and calling it GDP. We're depleting our natural capital and calling it income, and in the process causing the 6th mass extinction, global climate collapse, and innumerable other disruptions to our perfectly designed spaceship Earth. A wiser approach would be to grow capital in the present for all, thus leading to stronger businesses in the future. As Janine Benyus, the founder of the Biomimicry Institute, likes to say, life creates conditions conducive to life. Don't you think commerce should create conditions conducive to commerce? Shouldn't social enterprise just be all enterprise? Now that we can clearly see life's design principles, we can rebuild our systems of commerce to reflect that which is simply proven to work over time. What would it look like if all business were social enterprise? What a wonderful world that would be. Thank you.